Hello, this is High Templar. Welcome to my Total War Warhammer multiplayer battles. And today we will be playing Chaos vs Empire. And Chaos is being led by someone you don't see that often. This is Sigvald the Magnificent. Alright, so let's have a look. For the player who's leading Chaos Army, we have some Chaos Marauders in the front. And they do have chevrons on them, like a lot of them. And then we have single unit of aspiring champions, a Dragon Ogre Shaggot, a Chaos Sorcerer of Death, Chaos Warriors with great weapons, and two of them, and 2 units of Chaos Knights, not with lances, just the normal ones, and another unit of aspiring champions to the other flank. So those guys will be just mid shields for the aspiring champions and for Chaos Warriors. We also do have Chaos Sorcerers of Death. For the Imperial player we have Karl Franz, and then we have Light Wizard as we would expect, and Empire Captain on the Pegasus, which is not so common anymore. Demigryph Knights with halberds on this flank, and just spearmen here. But we have halberds, great swords, and halberds on this line. Spearmen on this flank, 2 units of handgunners, no regiments of renown though, and halberds in the back to support. I like this, the way the player has set up his forces. I do not see enough skirmishers here. I would rather have those than spears with silver chevrons, but that's just me. And I feel like there is not enough cavalry, but I guess this Empire Captain and Karl Franz will be doing this job, and those 2 handgunners should be pretty hard on the Chaos, especially the Chaos Knights and Shaggot, Chaos Warriors with great weapons. All those units will have very hard time, and Chaos player is advancing through the hills because he don't want to be caught up over an open terrain and be shot to death by handgunners. We see here slight adjustment of lines. Sorcerer of Death was just scouting here, I guess. But he's not being pursued, even though there are no range units on Chaos. I feel like this is a mistake. No halberds here. This is the only anti-large unit. They would be able to swoop in, take some shots at this side, the Chaos Sorcerers of Death, and retreat. Lines are being adjusted.
This is the greatest raid! You'll see! The gods will reward us! Yes, Lord!
Shaggot still, and Sigvald in the back, just running on battlefield in his golden armor. And the shield so shiny he could look upon his beauty during the battle. And players are waiting for each other. We do have attack and we will have a charge in a moment. Just fasting forward to this moment. We have some shots, but not that many because of the obstruction. And obviously great swords will not deal, will be disintegrating those Chaos Marauders, but Chaos Aspiring Champions Chaos Marauders will disintegrate halberds here. There is a nice catch here. And those guys are fighting against Sigvald. So it doesn't look very good for the Chaos player right now. He did manage to break with the Shaggot because, you know, it's easy. But there are halberds just for that. Those guys are caught. Here they are winning, but this is pretty obvious. But they will be losing, they are already losing here, the Great Swords against Chaos Warriors with Great Weapons. Chaos Warriors with Great Weapons were committed slightly too fast. As you can see, they weren't able to get a proper charge. If the Chaos Marauders start breaking and running away, this is the best way to pull those guys into the fray. And those guys were absolutely destroyed on this flank. Halberds and demigryphs, and there is also a spear unit still here. So, not looking great for this player. And also, as you can see, Sigvald is being absolutely destroyed. Well, is he? Really? Shaggot is doing attack in the back of the of those great swords, and he did this cycle charge pretty nicely indeed. Sigvald is in the great sword as well, and here there was a punch through the halberds because those Chaos Marauders and Aspiring Champions were able to break through the halberds, and they will attack this unity of halberds in the back, while the Shaggot will be taking care of handgunners, and the cavalry will be using this break also to destroy handgunners and then cycle charge here. What will the rest of the guys will do here? Well, probably those demigryphs knights with halberds will be charging in the back of the chaos troops, which is just as well. But they are being Buna-fated, and this will be a huge hit for them. But they will make a charge into the back here, and that will be pretty brutal. Here, as expected, those guys, the Shaggot are fighting the halberds, but they are being attacked in the back, and those handgunners were charged by the Chaos Knights, so it's all over for them, really. And the Shaggot will be very dangerous for Karl. So this flank shattered, quite obviously, after the charge, and the Sigvald is beasting out here. He will be regenerating units around him. Chaos Sorcerer of Death still here. Those units were stopped, but the Shaggot was not. Here is Chaos Warriors with Great Weapons breaking, and another charge. But this charge will not be that good, because it only hit few units really. The most of the charge was blocked by the Great Swords. We have some units that routed back. Those guys are completely destroyed, and now we see all those Chaos forces going back in the fray with two almost healthy units of Chaos Knights going against everything here, and mostly Great Swords still alive on the battlefield. They will be annihilated. And the Shaggot in the back here, ignoring the spears and going after the Light Wizard, I guess. We have Knight of Amontech here, but we should see some magic from the Chaos player as well. Spirit Leech, that's not good, that's certainly not good, but as you can see there are almost only Aspiring Champions, one guy left. Chaos troops here, even more charging. There are some Chaos Marauders fighting the Emperor Captain. This will be losing fight, but they will keep him. Even more aspiring champions into the fray. We should be cycle charging the Dragon Ogre Shaggots and the Cav at this moment, especially you don't want Cav to be fighting spears, but they broke. And at this moment it is the end. We see Iron Conduit on the Chaos player, Chaos Sorcerer of Death, and this is the end, I guess. So Great Swords didn't do that well. The Spearmen didn't do well at all. It was pretty much a break. The Demigryphs Knights with Halberds did very well, charging back, destroying those units, but not good enough. They weren't charging the right units, they were charging the back of infantry, and that is a good way of using Demigryphs Knights, unless there is lots of cavalry on the battlefield, those guys who would eat Chaos Knights if given a chance. Chaos Knights on the Chaos player, Chaos Knights were used brilliantly to break through the units, destroy the handgunners, then hit in the back of the enemy. So was the Shaggot. Very good micro on the Shaggot. Chaos Murderers did what they were supposed to do, and Prince Sigvald pretty much without losses. Very nice match indeed. And this is it. I hope you like it. If you did, press like, comment if you will, and see my other videos. My mod reviews, my DLC analysis and speculation videos, my mechanics videos for Total War series, but also my Let's Plays for Total War in different games. Thank you for watching, and see you later.